Hello, everybody. Welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. Welcome to your daily pop of positivity on this gorgeous Mothering Sunday. Happy Mother's Day. I had the best day, and I'm hoping at the end of this, I want to make a little kind of mini movie for what my day was like, because it was absolutely amazing, and I almost said no to it, and this is why I'm so happy. I follow the people that I follow. I listen to them, and I listen to my intuition. I got invited by Joni and Frank to go down to like one of the local farms I hadn't been to in like a decade. And they were having this kind of music festival and animals and all this stuff. But we didn't know there was a festival. I just thought it was like this little kind of like small duck pond. Like my memory was playing tricks on me, but I like anything that's outside near the woods. But I was like, oh, I could just rest all day. I could take it easy. I could do this and that. The sun was shining. I woke up and I just kept hearing a voice. Get ready. This is going to be excellent. It was the best day. And at the end of this video, I'm going to put a little montage together and show you the animals. There was such a menagerie, like I couldn't even have imagined. They had everything. Otters swimming in an otter pond. Hagen took a picture of this. I don't even know how he found this ancient frog that looks like something out of Dungeons and Dragons. They were behind a huge fountain in the back of, like, I call it the palace. And there was like all these horses carved in marble, and they went behind the horses, and inside behind one of the mains was this frog that I think he changes colors to match with whatever he's around, because he looked like stone. The craziest thing, this toad. But besides that, they were walking around because it was a festival with baby ducks, with baby llamas, with baby goats, all of these things, these amazing animals. And there was everything. I mean, just standard horses, cows, and all of that, but everything. And it was the greatest day. It was Hagen, myself, Joni, and Frank, and his wonderful mother, who is so great. I met her for the first time. Absolutely amazing. And it was just the best time, and just hit it off. She's a total kindred old soul. So fun in these animals. So I'm going to put a little montage. So you guys, you got to see some of these things. All the little baby goats they were carrying around, they named after breakfast food. So there was waffles, Cinnabon, and Hagen knows all the rest of them, but it was amazing. It was just the best day. Talk about animals, fresh air, and forest. We were in absolute heaven. So that's why I wanted to use these beautiful, these remind me of like old Victorian cards for just some beautiful messages. So I love the iris because rainbows and messages. When it rains, look for rainbows. When it's dark, look for stars. I love that. And it kind of, this kind of reminded me, and I got all these stones in the gift shop with the exception of this honkin' citrine here, which I just wanted on there for good luck, because I want this to travel to fun places and experience different things. And I love the facets in this. It's so wonderful. Isn't this so beautiful? I'm like, oh, I love it. It's just on loan for me for a while before it travels to the Sisterhood of the Traveling Stones. I just love this. And I went and I actually got some more killer stuff, which I'm really excited about. But anyway, you guys, let's just see, like, what does this invoke in you? Isn't it true? When I'm in my car, I try to do this. I'm like, what can I see on the side of the road? Can I find all the little wild rabbits in my neighborhood? All the fun stuff. And I'm always just looking, cloud formations, everything that's going on. So it really is our perspective. Are we in an environment that's in our brain that's conducive to look for rainbows, to look for all the magic stuff? I love the rain because I feel like it brings a lot of peace. And something that I tapped into while we were at the nature center was how much I love the sound of running water and like a babbling brook. There were babbling brooks everywhere, little mini waterfalls. And I thought, oh my God, all of a sudden I just felt myself taking really deep, calming breaths. And I was like, oh, this just doesn't. There were fountains everywhere, water. There was a lake. There was swans. There was ducks. There was just everything. And it was an absolute marvel. And it reminded me of that because when we're surrounded like by forest animals and nature, there is a complete, beautiful circle of utter beauty all the time. And sometimes I forget that just being in my yard, I'm like, take deep breaths and look at all the birds and the cardinals and the crows and everything around. And that's a beautiful reminder. Now, I love this forget-me-nots. The best thing in life are the people you've loved, the places you've seen, and the memories you've made along the way. And just today, with all the pictures we took afterward, we decided we would go to Five Guys and we would get some fries and dogs and just sit down. And it was so great to just sit and have conversation. And they were playing really great music. And we were all talking about different weird beverages because now Dr. Pepper makes like 17,000 different things. It's like cherry, vanilla, raspberry. And everything is computerized. So it's so wild. Like I couldn't even like imagine what some of these flavors were. And I was like, when did this all even come about? And Frank's mom and I were like, I can't even like remember like when these things came into being. Like I hadn't been in there in so long. It must be a new discovery, but just one of those things, just laughing and eating and sharing times and reminiscing about our day and being in the sun was just so wonderful. It's like one of those things that it's going to stay in my mind. Think with the first time you saw a specific animal that you ever saw, the first time you ever saw a horse, the first time you ever saw an elephant, like if you went to the Bronx Zoo, the first time that you ever viewed a giraffe, like how absolutely amazing it is, and sometimes when you experience new people and places, especially as a group, it's really wonderful. So try to create that beautiful reverence. And I feel like when we decide we're taking control of our life rather than feeling like we're at the mercy of fate, like, oh, I have to do this or go there. When we say nothing is an obligation, but I simply want to go do this, to experience this place, these people, because everything can be excellent, fun, and informative and wonderful in any capacity, right? So when we view it like that, and it is true, the best things in life really are people that we've loved and the places that we've seen. It's not about things. It's not about performing or appearing a certain way. It's just experiencing life in all its richness, which I love. Now, I love this Phylox right here. When it says, he who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe. And I feel this, right? When we are not in a rush, little things do not bother us. We do not get battered about, like you can tell the difference at Christmas time, waiting in the line, people that are content and in flow and in harmony. They're looking at their phone. They're swaying back and forth to the music. They're reading a book. They're doing something other than having impatience or leaning in or having lack mentality or stress. And sometimes I see this, especially in people walking in the park, the vast difference on their face. Some look so tense, they're going over bills in their mind and problems. And I think, wow, you're out in nature where you get to relax and let it all go, yet you're carrying it with you. Let it all go, like F it all. It's still going to be there later. That tax that's due, that dinner that needs to be cooked. So why the hell aren't you present in this absolute beautiful moment? And that was the thing that I think was so magical about the nature center, because there were so many young kids experiencing these animals for the first time that it made the energy just pulsate with excitement and happiness. And there was a beautiful band there, all string instruments, so beautiful, fiddle, cello, guitar, violin, so beautiful. Everything was just so magic there, that and animals definitely play a big part in this, because they take your attention directly to them. There's nothing more beautiful than like a just born cute little duck that you get to pet. So amazing. And the little sheep and everything was just amazing, and people were transported back to the moment, right? It was like nobody was thinking about having to clean their bathroom or silly things like that, because everything was too beautiful, magical, and alive right in front of them. And that is something that we constantly need to be reminded of. So I just wanted to come on and do this for you guys, and I quick want to go make your montage and get this out for you. And wish all of you guys the happiest Mother's Day. Cheryl, Sammy, Christine, whether you're a mother or not, everybody out there, Aurora, you guys, you're all totally amazing. I want you guys to just enjoy and reflect, and any time that you can, just get out in nature. It just is such a balm. Even just staring at flowers. This reminds me too, where we were, there were all these just bursts of amazing flowers. There were tons of buttercups, there was wisteria, there was lilac, there was just everything, growth and nature just going absolutely berserk, because it's a huge nature center, and it was amazing to see. And it was like you'd walk by, it smelled like you were in a perfume factory. You could just smell the lilacs. Absolutely amazing. This really reminds us to just, kind of slow down, take time to smell the flowers, all this beauty and amazing things that are constantly right in front of us. And it was just wonderful. And I have so much gratitude after I experience a day like today, because first of all, I'm proud that I say yes to it, because you know how easy it is to talk ourselves out about, oh, we have to coordinate, meeting this, doing that, meeting a new person, all of that. It's very easy to talk yourself out of it. And then when you think of the reality, I say to myself, so why wouldn't you want to be in a beautiful place with beautiful people? Why would that be? You know what I mean? Sometimes we have to be rational about acting irrational. Like anytime anybody invites you out for a coffee or a walk, it's like, why are we saying no to being social and being out, right? It really is wonderful. So Love and Light, you guys, I'm going to go put the little montage together. Okay, so of course there's the giant chair that you see at all of these things. It was absolutely amazing, and the kids were jumping in it. This was one of my favorite pictures. The three of them got together, Frank, Joni, and Hagen, and they were on a stump, and they were doing this kind of like chant. It was really amazing. I loved it. Look at them. It was so beautiful. That's an owl in there. It's not going to be super easy to see. This was part of a meteorite. And this is Frank and his sweet mother. And this is just a really cool carving of a giant eagle. It was so cool. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? That's me inside this old Victorian house where they have that special paned glass. They had little fairy lights. It was absolutely amazing in there. This was the fountain in front of that. Behind this, if you guys can see it, all the kids are in there, if you can see them. Hagen ran into this amazing toad. They're all hiding behind the horse, and in there was a beautiful fountain. I hope that I pan back a little bit. Yeah, there's the fountain right there. You can see it's amazing, right? I was filming it too, because brilliant, brilliant fountain. And usually it's on, and they all came and they wanted to climb behind there, which was really, really cool. I really liked that. I was just in awe of that. It was so cool. And the structure is beautiful, absolutely amazing. They had the sleeping lion and then the wakened lion on the other side. There's Joni hanging out. And the wakened lion, the old Victorian manor, which was absolutely cool. Frank's mom tooling around. Some of the structures were amazing. They had gargoyles. So cool. There'll be some weird shots because there was a tent with some food. This was particularly beautiful, and I'll show you why. There's Higgs there. It was, look at this like trellised thing. Absolutely amazing, right? Just scoot through because there was a lot. Like Joni was taking like 1 million of them. I was obsessed with this thing. Like look at the view up through there. Isn't that wild? It's so cool. I was just loving that. It just was a dreamy little amazing thing. Let's see. Let's go. Let me see if I can get all the other stuff. I was hugging it. Let me see if we have the music. Oh my God, they were going crazy with that. Sky, the forest. Aww. Frank looks exactly like his mother. I love it. There they are. All under there. And this wonderful band was playing, and then Joni, we were like, go put some money in their thing. But you see, they had all these beautiful. This guy was so funny when we first got there. He's like, whiskey for breakfast. And we were like, yeah. And then they had this crazy. I can never remember it. What is it when they stuff animals? It's such a weird thing. But they had that. But this was one of my favorite areas. This is where I could hear the running water, and it was the most beautiful sound. It was so peaceful and wonderful. But I want to show you guys the otters because they were absolutely amazing. They're coming up. There's this is so cool. When they were little, they used to play in this. That goes over to a big hand-carved jungle gym. Everything's in wood. Absolutely amazing. These leaves were the craziest things when you rubbed them. They had such texture to them. They were absolutely amazing. Let me see if I can get the otters. Look at this guy. So cute. Frank. He was feeding them. This guy, look at the bunny. This was Cinnabon. Look at Cinnabon! And when you pet them, they have to dehorn them. The lady said that they get really frisky and they can hurt one another, so they got to be careful. Look at this one. I think that was Waffles. Look at that. Oh, so sweet. This guy, look at his teeth. I'll show you why I wonder if I have In sent me the video of where I'm scratching it on. Oh, in here, he had 3 horns. I don't know if you can see it. The light is playing kind of like a trick, but he has 3 horns. And he was really amazing. He came out to say hello after, and it was really cool. These guys were really sweet and playful. Look at him. Look at him. So cute. And that's them swimming around. So yeah, I'm trying to think if I'll press on a couple other ones. He was amazing. Loving that guy. He was truly cool. These little donkeys. Big bull, and then they had a sign. This has horns, so be careful. This dude, the way he ate was hilarious. Look at him. The whole time we were there, that's how he was eating everything. It was hilarious. Just down on his little haunches. These little guys. So cute though, right? Okay, you guys, I just wanted to show you a little montage of some of the coolness that was going on. So, love and light.